A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Jesus said to his disciples, "Be sure of this, if the master of the house had known the hour, when the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. You also must be prepared, for at an hour you do not expect the Son of Man will come." Then Peter said, "Lord, is this parable meant for us or for everyone?" And the Lord replied, "Who then is the faithful and prudent steward, whom the master will put in charge of his servants, to distribute the food allowance at the proper time? Blessed is that servant, whom his master on arrival finds doing so. Truly, I say to you, he will put him in charge of all his property. But if that servant says to himself, 'My master is delayed in coming,' and begins to beat the men servants and the maidservants, to eat and drink and get drunk, then that servant's master will come on an unexpected day and at an unknown hour, and will punish the servant severely and assign him a place with the unfaithful. That servant who knew his master's will, but did not make preparations, nor act in accord with his will, shall be beaten severely. And the servant who was ignorant of his master's will, but acted in a way deserving of a severe beating, shall be beaten only lightly. Much will be required of the person entrusted with much, and still more will be demanded of the person entrusted with more." Reflection: entrusted with much. Jesus tells us, much will be required of the person entrusted with much, and still more will be demanded of the person entrusted with more. This gospel is not just about servants in a parable. It is about us, about leaders and citizens, families and nations, each entrusted with gifts, responsibilities, and truth. In the Philippines today, we see what happens when those entrusted with much forget their duty. Funds meant for the poor vanish into private accounts. Promised projects become broken bridges and half-built homes. Greed disguises itself as progress, and those who should feed the hungry feast instead on power. But Jesus' warning cuts through the fog of politics and pride. The master will come at an hour you do not expect. The test of faith is not in how we worship when all is well, but in how we serve when no one is watching. Every Filipino who tells the truth, who refuses a bribe, who still prays the rosary for a nation they love, is a faithful steward in the eyes of God. Around the world, we see the same crisis of stewardship. Leaders enriching themselves while the earth groans under floods and fires, while families flee from war, while truth itself becomes negotiable. Yet God's call remains the same, to stay awake, to keep the lamps burning, to care for what has been entrusted to us: our people, our land, our faith. If you have been given power, use it for justice. If you have been given wealth, use it for compassion. If you have been given truth, speak it, even when it costs you. Because when the Master returns, he will not ask how much we built, but how much we loved. Not how loud our names echoed, but how faithfully we served. So tonight, let us remember, to whom much is given, much will be required. May we be found vigilant, faithful, and ready, not with excuses, but with love. Amen.
The night is still, the lamps grow dim. The world forgets who watches them. The house unguarded, hearts asleep. The thief will come, the soul will weep. But those who wait with faith alive will see the dawn when love arrives. Blessed are the hearts that stay awake, whose hands still serve, whose souls don't break. Be ready when the Master comes. Keep the fire burning on. For every gift, for every grace, a higher call, a sacred place. To whom much is given, much is required. Let our hearts stay pure, let our lamps stay bright. Be faithful, be steadfast, be strong when the Master comes. The faithful steward feeds the poor, keeps mercy waiting at his door. He does not rest when others hide. He guards the truth, he stands with light. But the careless soul forgets his vow. He chases comfort, not the crown. And when the Master knocks one night, his riches fade, his soul takes flight. Be ready when the Master comes. Keep the fire burning on. For every gift, for every grace, a higher call, a sacred place. To whom much is given, much is required. Let our hearts stay pure, let our lamps stay bright. Be faithful, be steadfast, be strong when the Master comes. The world is full of borrowed time, and mercy moves through every sign. Let justice roll, let kindness lead. Kindness lead. For those who serve with humble hands will dine with Christ when judgment stands. The Lord will kneel and serve his own. Be ready when the Master comes. Keep the fire burning on. When storms arise and trials stay, keep faith alive until that day. To whom much is given, required. Let our love endure, let our hearts inspire. Be faithful, be steadfast, be strong when the Master comes. When the Master comes, may he find us watching. May he find us loving. May he find us home.